spending thousands of dollars to become a marijuana insider.
Cannabis courses popping up all over Ohio now that weed is fully legal. And WLWT News 5's Todd Dykes investigating what people hope to get for their money. Todd.
Yeah, a lot of people talking about this, Mike and Sheree. You know, whether it's at a garden center in Avondale or at the University of Cincinnati, cannabis-curious individuals are learning new skills that could help them reap big rewards in the weed industry.
Don't plant the stem any deeper.
Getting in on the ground floor of a brand new industry is an intoxicating prospect for people like Will Mason.
Getting in early was real important to me.
Mason is a UC student who's learning to grow cannabis.
We're going to pinch the top off of these plants periodically.
This specific kind of cannabis is known as hemp, which doesn't spark a high. That's because hemp's first cousin, marijuana, which is now legal in the Buckeye State, still can't be grown on land owned by colleges like UC. But Dave Volkman, who's teaching Will Mason and his classmates how to cultivate hemp seeds in this patch of dirt in Harrison, says his class can boost the prospects of getting a job in Ohio's new recreational marijuana marketplace.
Having that experience of growing this plant, hemp, will give them the background they need to talk the talk about growing marijuana.
The program's website lists more than 60,000 cannabis-connected jobs that are available right now in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. They include agricultural technicians, earning a median salary of $40,000, operations managers making nearly $90,000, and retail salespeople, often called bud tenders, taking home about $30 grand.
I like applying chemistry to different topics of my research, whether it be drug delivery or electrochemistry. So cannabis is just one of those things that I'm interested in.
Students who are full-time, like Mason and Samira Andrew, can add Volkman's graded 15-hour course to their schedule and get a cannabis studies certificate as part of their elective course load. It generally takes at least 2 semesters to complete. For anyone else, the tab skyrockets to more than $8,000 because you're paying per credit hour. UC is not alone when it comes to launching programs that could lead to careers rooted in weed. Kent State offers a 6-month online Cannabis 101 course that carries an almost $3,000 price tag. For just $15, the Civic Garden Center in Avondale has been hosting sold-out hour-and-a-half classes called Hometown Cannabis. People can also spend 8 hours and $89 getting medical cannabis certificates at OU, the University of Akron, and through the Oak Hills Community Education Program.
We are still hiring.
That's a common refrain at new dispensaries and companies that have been operating in Ohio for years, like Cresco Labs in Yellow Springs.
We have people that make edibles, people that do packaging, people that operate machinery. So really every skill set can lend itself to a cannabis operation.
Back at UC, students know having a certificate in cannabis studies could help them stand out during a job interview.
They help no matter what age range you are, old, young. I've had classes with people who are 40. I've had classes with people who are just turning 20.
The point is to get education and in the way you want, so you can apply it in your life how you want.
Now, it's not clear what weight a marijuana business owner might give to someone who has a certificate in cannabis studies, but it's like the UC instructor told us, hiring managers look for people who can show up to the job site on day one with, at minimum, the basic knowledge to get the job done. Reporting live tonight, Todd Dykes, WLWT News 5.